What's good, everybody? FTWitachi here. You know what it is. Thank you all very much for dropping by, tuning in. We are here with Day of the Dead. During Day of the Dead, people gather in graveyards to celebrate with and cherish the spirits of those they have lost. One can find festivities in the cemeteries of any major city, where celebrants cook, dance, don costumes, and so much more. This is one of the shortest, original in-game events for World of Warcraft. I have a couple of videos up on this for those of you tuning in live, and this is going to be our most up-to-date guide now, so you don't have to worry about those when this goes public. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the content for Day of the Dead. Alright, to take part in the event's festivities, you must first locate Katrina, who's the NPC just in front of me, an undead reference to La Calavera Katrina, who can be found in basically any graveyard in any capital city. She will give you some information regarding the holiday itself, so you can speak to her, and if you want to pause the video, you are more than welcome to. But do remember to slash dance with her, and upon doing so, we'll give you an achievement, Dead Man's Party, and you will also gain a buff, which will change you into either Katrina or her counterpart, Chapman, for 12 hours. So we do have her targeted. She is dancing. Let's go ahead and dance with her. And your boy is now turned into Chapman here, as you can see, which is her counterpart NPC right next to her. And we do now have the buff Honor the Dead, honoring the departed during the Day of the Dead. This is going to last for a total of 12 hours. And of course, upon doing so, if you go to your achievements, it'll give you the achievement, Dead Man's Party. Dance with Katrina to become a skeleton during the Day of the Dead. Now that we went over the main achievement for this event, there is a couple of others, ending in Calavera. Defeat 50 contenders while wearing a contender's outfit, purchased during Day of the Dead. So these outfits can be purchased from Chapman, which we will be going over in all details. But you'll notice that these are toys. You got the Night's Demon, you got the Purple Phantom, you have the Blooming Rose, Snowy Owl, as well as Santos's Son. And as you can see, this is a meta achievement, starting off with To the Afterlife, which you just got to go ahead and defeat 1. Then you got to go 20, and then of course the last one being a total of 50. It is an annoying achievement, but again, these are usable toys. If I can go ahead and find mine, all you got to do is go ahead and click on them, give you a little bit of a action button. For this one, we got Quick Punch, which just basically punches your enemy, dealing 10% of health. And again, you just got to go ahead and find a friend that's willing to take an L for 50 times straight. Otherwise, this achievement, not too difficult. Alrighty, another thing that you can do is a quest at any of the major cities' graveyards. However, you are going to need an orange marigold in order to see it. Detect lesser invisibility for 30 seconds. It only works during Day of the Dead, so it does require Day of the Dead to even be able to use it, so you can't keep this outside of the event. However, once used, you'll notice that there's all these ghostly spirits around you, which you're detecting the afterlife. Go ahead, the Grateful Deed, acquire some Bread of the Dead, give it to the cheerful Forsaken Spirit under City's Graveyard, and then use Orange Marigold if you need to in order to see the spirits again. This is going to give you a companion pet, which we'll show you in a bit, some gold as well as some Valor Stones at the moment. So let's go ahead and accept this quest, and I believe, if I am not mistaken, you do cook Bread of the Dead. So let's go ahead and find this. As you can see here, all we need is some simple flour as well as some ice cold milk. So I'll catch you guys in a few after I've acquired. Alright, so I have acquired the necessary materials. As you can see, we have some ice cold milk as well as some simple flour. Let's go ahead and create some Bread of the Dead. I'm going to need some marigold in order to see them again. But if you're interested in figuring out how to get the recipe, of course, as always with most events, you can get them from the vendor himself. Recipe, Bread of the Dead. So let's go ahead and utilize our orange marigold. Turn in this quest, again, giving us a very cool macabre Marinette companion pet. Alright, last but not least, of course, is all the collectibles. Now, we've gone over a couple of items already from the vendor in order to get a couple of achievements and whatnot, but we're here to go ahead and check out everything that you can now buy. There's some cool cosmetics, and there is a total of 15 brand new items this year, so let's go ahead and get into it. So you got a candy skull, which restores a little bit of health over 18 seconds, but must remain seated while eating. Does absolutely really nothing, but it is food item for the event. But it does require Day of the Dead, so it is not a collectible. Orange marigold, which we've already gone over. In order to see the lesser spirits, does require Day of the Dead. The spirit candle places a spirit candle that increases the spirits of those nearby by 4. This also is an item that requires Day of the Dead. You can get a collectible called the Whimsical Skull Mask. This is a cosmetic that looks just like so. You can also get the Whimsical Skull Mask that is a on-use item that does the exact same cosmetic, but it's an on-use item. One is a full cosmetic, one is on use. Of course, the recipe of Bread of the Dead, which we utilized earlier, held in offhand cosmetic, the bouquet of orange marigolds, which you can see here. You can also get the marigold petal offering bowl, which detects lesser invisibility for 30 seconds, only works during Day of the Dead and requires Day of the Dead. A couple of the OG toys, which we gone over earlier as well, these are for the achievement. There's a total of 5. And then now we're getting to a bunch of helm cosmetics that are brand new. You get the Marigold Remembrance Veil, which is the helm that you can see here. You also got the Starflower Remembrance Veil. So it's the same thing, just a different colorway. You've got the Lotus Remembrance Veil, again, different colorway. I love these. They're actually very unique to the event, so that's cool. Orchid Remembrance Veil. It gives us something to actually do. And they only cost 100 gold, which is very cheap. You get the Heart Blossom Remembrance Veil, just another color. You get the Lotus Death Mask. Ooh, okay. I see you. The Marigold Death Mask, which is, again, different color. And you get the Starflower Death Mask. So it's the same thing, but instead of veils, you got Death Mask. So you got the Orchid Death Mask. And I believe we have one more, the Heart Blossom Death Mask. And last but not least, the final 5, get the Heart Blossom Crown of the Dead. Ooh. You get the Orchid Crown of the Dead. Same 5 colorways. You've got the Lotus Crown of the Dead. You have the Starflower Crown of the Dead. I'm absolutely liking the Starflower color schemes. And of course, the Marigold. Actually, that's probably the best one. In my opinion, that's the best one. So, I'm going to purchase all 15 of these, but that is everything that you can collect. There is a hidden item on my vendor, because I do remember buying this a couple years ago, and it was the Cliffside Wilderdrake Day of the Dead armor, which I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over to in just a second so you can see what it looks like. But basically, when Dragon Isles was a thing, we had our dragon riding companions that had cosmetic appearances. They gave one 2 years ago, I believe, in 2023. The Cliffside Wilderdrake Day of the Dead armor. This cost a total of 50,000 gold. Is it worth it? No, but it is a gold sink and it is a collectible, and it can be purchased from Chapman himself. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, we are here. We got the Cliffside Wilderdrake. We are going to go ahead and check out the armor. Let's go ahead and toggle everything off for now. But again, it is just armor, so there's a Bear Wilderdrake, as you can see here. Again, no helm to go with it. It is just for the armor set. And there you go. The Day of the Dead armor. And it is basically a Day of the Dead themed saddle. So if you're interested, go ahead and cop it. 50k. Alright, so thank you all very much for dropping by. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you have any questions about this event or anything else, let me know down below. Subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you all next time. Much appreciated. Peace out, team.